facing it like we did yesterday, okay? Let's work with the head. I don't show it. You remember it? Let's go. Change, sorry. So you remember, we don't move the knee, we point the foot, and we close fifth. It's not a pas de cheval. Let's go. E. We did it faster than yesterday, it's much better, so we do to the left now. Good. Very good, girls. E. Good. Don't let now. Fifth. Good. It's so important to release the foot. Release, finish. Yes, it's important when you have a floor with slippery, it's very important. Change. Start position. 7, 8. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Maintenant, on va pousser les deux. Okay? Then you do the penché. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. Pointé. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6. Do flat. I don't want to. I want to préserver vos mollets. Mais arabesque, you leave the foot, not that. Okay? Allez. Et. Breathe. And breathe from the side.
Yes, we're here with Elizabeth Platel, and this is the younger group of girls, age 15 and 16. And so they've just done their Rhonda John.
Yep, and this is their chance to actually show the class they've been doing now for 3 days. And as we've already heard from Elizabeth, she's already seen improvements and better understanding. And that's great because today is the day the jury is actually marking. So it's nice it's not right at the beginning.
Right.
avant, tendu, derrière, tendu à la seconde, soutenu à la seconde. Back, and then for demi-pointe, you do port de bras each time with the couronne, and you keep the couronne for the double. Okay? Remember, breathe from the side, and take care, you're a little like that. When we are tired, and you are working on the rake, go back to that, and leave the body. Okay? Relax. Hold your arms under here. E. Then you do the two crochet en avant, 2, 3, 4, grand plié 5e, and we do a balance. Like we did, but we will do couronne. Okay? But don't be late when you do it. It's 1, and the 2, and the 3, and the 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8. Okay? Vas-y.
So we're watching. This is the junior group of ladies doing ballet class with Elizabeth Patel. They're just doing the Rhonda John. And it's nice, she's giving them lots of time just to really feel that they're on their legs, that they're placed. And she's being very specific about the alignment and what she's asking them to do.
Yes, and again, she's saying since you're dancing on a rake on stage, it's so important during class to really find that connection with your core and to align yourself straight up and down. And I had the opportunity actually to speak with her yesterday after class, and she has such a meticulous approach to port-de-bras and épaulement, which is of course the use of your shoulders, and how absolutely crucial it is to use that.
Yeah.
Not just all of a sudden when you land on stage, but during class.
Yeah, to really develop it.
Yes.
Change. 7, 8 petits battements. Double front, double side, double back, double side, double front, double back, double front. You see, I change the arm. So it's really through and here. You really work with that, okay? And then 1, 2, 3, flick the block. 1, 2, 3, go down. And you go back, side, front, side, back, here, and back, here. And then a nice équilibre attitude, and you land in a nice plié, and you stay, you stay, you stay. You lift the foot, not that part. Let's go. Here. E. Your hip on top of your knee. You see for the plié. You put your hip on top of your knee. So you don't use the strength, you just put your hip on top of your knee. Okay? Let's go to the left. Remember, I asked for here, an arm, and here. An arm. Good. Let's go.
Tomorrow is going to be a fun day. There are two special things happening tomorrow. one of which they're going to open the doors in the foyer and the public is welcome to come in. It's free and meet with the jury, and they will have the opportunity to ask specific questions to the jury members, and those questions will be answered.
Pour notre public francophone, si vous êtes dans les environs de Lausanne, demain, vous aurez la possibilité de rencontrer le jury. C'est entrée libre demain à 17h30 au foyer du Beaulieu. Et comme ça, vous avez la chance de parler directement avec le jury. Et ensuite, il y aura une présentation du projet Choreographic avec les 26 élèves des 15 écoles partenaires à 18h45 demain ici à Lausanne. Great. So we're here with Madeleine Ona, member of the jury. Great to have you back. You've been on the jury a few times now. And how's it going?
It's exciting. They're working so hard. Really, it's fantastic.
Are you noticing anything different this year compared to past years?
I mean, ballet is developing the whole
Yes.
time. And every time I'm amazed of what they can do in this age. So I think I continue to be amazed. That's just how it is. It's fantastic.
And
Oh,
if you
good.
could give any advice, what might that be?
There's a big difference today from yesterday because today they're much more relaxed and they are sort of thinking of how to do it rather than what step it is. And of course then you see the individual qualities much better. But it's natural that it takes some time for them to get used to each other and get used to us staring at them. So, it's going to be.
Yes.
That's why this competition is so fantastic. That we follow them for a week. It's amazing.
And as the director of the National Ballet of Finland, is there something specific that you would really look for that would draw your eye in a young dancer?
Except for the normal then, technique. No, I think I'm looking for a true artist, because in our company you have permanent contracts, which means that once you have your contract, after 2 years you can stay until you're 45. So not everyone can dance fully out until they're 45. So then of course I need dancers that also has these artistic possibilities, so I can use them to the bitter end.
Very good. No, but good. Very good. And there's a good atmosphere amongst the jury members?
Yes.
Or are
it's a
people
great-
already finding, I'm really drawn to this one or that one caught my eye, or...
Yes, is it obvious? Does it stand out
No,
to you
no,
very
no.
quickly?
Yeah, sometimes yes, and sometimes you're amazed that the first day there's some people you don't see,
Yes.
and the last day they are the star, and
Yes.
some others that you really see the first day, and they sort of, it's interesting.
Yes.
That's why it feels like a luxury to follow them for a week, because this is, if they come to a company, this is what you get. They're going to stay for many years, so you need this long-term way of working.
Exactly. No, very good. And I think they're lucky because they not only get these classes and coaching, but they all get feedback talks with a jury member. So sometimes that's hard for the jury, but I think it's also very valuable.
It is, but it's good because you really have to think of, why did I not choose this person, and what am I looking for, and why am I looking for that, and is it just me, or like sometimes if I don't keep a dancer for the company I'm in, it doesn't mean that they're not a good dancer, but they're not good for this, or I would say the opposite. The company is not good for them.
Right.
They would bloom somewhere else.
Yeah.
And sometimes you need to sort of, go like, okay,
Yeah.
go there, because there you're going to be the star.
Yeah, well, it's so subjective
Yeah.
too. Different
Yeah.
repertoires and
Yes.
different profiles.
Yes, and people, we're all different.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, well, good.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much, and we'll let you get back and see the ladies who are now on point for the center.
Yes.
Thank
you so
you.
much.
Enjoy.
Thank you. Wonderful. Yes, and now they do have their point shoes on. So
Oh, we forgot ours.
Beautiful. Close your first position. And here. Yes. In. It's a 3. Long leg. Don't stop. is wrong, yes. We have to do, okay. We will do an extra group. Okay. Go.
So the exercise we just saw was so simple, yet not easy to do well. It requires an enormous control when you're on point shoes to go up to a nice tight fifth and then roll down through the feet with the most control possible. So it's a great exercise that Elizabeth is giving them because it's
Simple but hard.
very, very difficult to execute
Yep.
well.
You got it? Vamos. Thank you. She needs to see you and to help you. Allez, good luck. Hey. Fix your hands. On the floor. And couronne. Happy, feminine. Fix. change the line. And it's adagio, so even if it's square, it's artistic. Each port de bras, you are telling something. Your own story. I. Allez. Deuxième groupe. The counts are here to help you. It's not to do 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. It's just to make some rhythm, but you have to sing it in your body.
It's actually very hard to stand on flat on pointe because the pointe shoe has, the sole of it has little ridges, so you can spend hours, and a ballerina does spend hours trying to shave it down and get it smooth enough so that it's flat. But adage is actually quite difficult in pointe shoes because just sheerly trying
Just
to
to feel
balance
the
on
floor.
one leg.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you can see when you zoom in on their ankles that they're all, trying to keep that line solid.
And it was a nice music. She was very famous for the balance and for the adagio. Thank you. Ensemble soutenu. We will do couronne, équilibre, plié, détourner, and because we are better, we do 1 pirouette, 2 pirouettes quatrième, and then we will do double tour en couronne. Okay? And we do again. Assemblée soutenue couronne, retirer, plier, détourner, 1 pirouette. 25, 26, 27. 4 groups. Echo. E. And happy. Go. E. Use the floor. Take care because when you do the first exercise with pirouette, you are never on the floor. You should be more heavy on the floor. Use the floor. Second group. And remember what we told the first day, don't be together, the two lines. First line can be a little, yes, that's it. Okay, merci. en tournant, could be en tournant, but it's cross-cross, and it's tomber. Tomber means fall, but don't fall. Go. Soft legs. Second group, soft legs.
14, 15, 16.
Girls, you remember it's the same group. We did 4 groups. It's exactly the same. 2 lines.
Now, as you can see, as a dancer, it's really important not only to be aware of your own body and space, but actually the other bodies around you and using the studio, because the stage isn't going to grow. So you have to really work with the space.
Yes, and every exercise is obviously going to use the space a little differently, so you have to constantly kind of re-gauge, readjust.
Yeah.
Foot behind for each pirouette. Behind. Third group. And also you have to adjust. If you feel that you are going to travel too much the first time, do a little less. Don't wait for the last time to do everything on place. Go. Now use the space. Go a little further. With energy. Little jumps. Non, pas de cheville fermée sur votre changement. Seconde, seconde. Here and 2 changements. Sorry, I was wrong. I mixed 2 exercises. Here and 2 changements, and then opposite. Let's do the 3 groups. Remember what we did the first day when we were in 2 lines? That we are running behind and you share. So first group, put the 2 lines, fast, go fast. Second group, you are ready in the wings. So it's not moving at all. It's not up. It's not moving. So you are ready to run for 5, 6, 7, 8. You are the second line. You are ready to run behind 5, 6, 7, 8. And we will not stop. So you just have to be... Okay? Let's try.
Oui, si on fait que trois groupes, c'est pas assez.
3 groups. We go back to the group of the adagio.
117 and 118.
Don't lose time, girls.
118. 118? Yeah.
We go back to the group of the adagio, okay?
27.
And show
26,
that you can
25.
run, ready. It's also, we have that in some instruments of the corps de ballet, okay?
119, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26,
C'est bien, j'ai bien gagné du temps dans les carrés. Let's go.
You can hear the dancers when they're jumping on point. You can hear the sound of their block. And it is harder, you know, when you have your point shoes on and you're jumping. You have to point even that
Super
much
hard.
harder so that you can point that solid block at the end of your foot. But also there's this technique whereby you have to try and not sound loud.
Yeah, you have to break your shoes in,
Yeah.
bang them out so you don't hear them.
And there are ways to do that. Every ballerina has her own technique. Sometimes it just means going outside and banging them on the cement. Cement sidewalk.
Yep. And now we're getting into my favorite part from the class yesterday. All of her, I think you did 2 or 3 little petit allegro, which were really refined and you coordinated. Yep.
Yes.
Let's see how they do today.
Yes, they've had the night to think it over.
I'm sure they were practicing in their rooms.
Same arm, change with the leg. Same arm, change with the leg. When you are back, keep the arm. Do here, same arm. By chance, you keep the arm. Assemble and system. Okay? Let's try. Let's do 4 groups, and we stop between the groups. Okay? Just to make something with coordination. We go back to 4 groups. The group of the pirouette.
121, 157.
And we stop between the groups. Va pas trop. Allez, good luck. Not bad. Remember what I was telling for the bar? Don't wash the windows. So if you finish with the fingers, if you do that, we don't know when you arrive. Okay? Second group. Don't be too much to the side. It's not traveling too much, but it's going too much to the side. Allez, good luck. not out, not open. Hey.
No, I think what we're seeing here is an element that's very typical of the French school. They have a lot of very intricate and fast footwork and fast beats, as does the Bournonville training, but it's very valuable. You need that speed and awareness.
Yes, and we can see that they are improving. You know, it's looking already
Yeah, more
more
integrated.
accomplished, more integrated than yesterday.
Yeah.
And Elizabeth Platel is really great at describing what to do
Yeah, it's
and
very clear.
showing, and she's very, very clear. And I liked at the end of the previous exercise, she said to the jury, that was
It was
very
hard.
difficult.
Yeah.
So, in other words, please appreciate the fact that that was very, very difficult. And they did a great job working through it.
Mm.
Okay, E. 124. Later. Can you prepare the préparer les coups? Allez, let's go. E. Relevé, arabesque. So I would love to have a sisson arabesque this one, I don't want to have a huge arabesque. I want to have
So as we just heard from Elizabeth, she's going to do a diagonal, and then she would like to do the enchaînement that she began yesterday, 2 by 2, which I think is great. Then we'll really have a chance along with the jury. And we've got actually over 900 viewers at the moment watching this live. So for about 1,000 people, we'll be able to see them do their enchaînement 2 by 2.
Yes, it'll be so nice for them as well, 2 by 2, to have that space.
Yeah. No.
Show me each position. 4 by 4, same rule. Let's go.
C'est très important, comme elle vient de le dire. Elle a donné l'exercice hier. Aujourd'hui, elle n'a pas remontré. Elle a déjà vu 15 interprétations différentes. Elle a dit il faut rester fidèle aux pas qu'ils ont donnés par le prof ou dans la chorégraphie. Je pense que c'est vrai, c'est très important.
Oui. Il n'y a pas la place encore pour
Faire
changer.
des changements. Pas encore.
Pas encore.
Remark with music once. So we will begin by the last numbers. 2 by 2. Yes, you have to begin, remember, even here, I think, even here. That you really have the diagonal to do the pas de bourrée, okay? Good luck and enjoy it. It's an enchaînement. It's not exercise. E.
This is 126 Mackenzie Brown from the USA and 127 Sulin Im from South Korea.
Good. Finish. Merci.
Et ici, on a le 124 et le 125. 124, c'est le Jingfei Lu de la Chine et 125, Ji Yun Choi du Sud-Corée.
.123 Jin Yao Zhu from China and 122 Grace Humphreys from Australia.
And now we have number 120, Basia Roden from the United States, and 121, Joanna Senra from Portugal.
Fix your hands.
And here we have 118, Arisa Ihara from Japan, and 119, Ria Lee from South Korea.
And we have 117, Julia Schugart from the United States, and 118, Arisa Hara. Pardon me, that's 116, Xinyu Zhang from China.
And 115, Min A Park from South Korea, and 114, Soo-yeon An, also from South Korea.
Little down, without, not too much to the left, but to the right. Ça, c'est normal.
And here we have number 112, Soo-yeon Yi from South Korea, and number 113, Ruby Cross from Australia.
And 110, Yukino Chiba from Japan, and 109, Haruna Sakai, also from Japan.
Number 107, Olivia Doherty from the United States, and Lily Carbon from Australia.
"106 Carolina Ribaldone from Italy, and 105 Paloma Ramirez Azambuya from Argentina.
Number 104, Mackenzie Kirsch from the United States, and number 103, Jun Shim from South Korea.
And 102 Ren Yamada from Japan, and 101 Stella Byers from New Zealand. So Elizabeth is wrapping up her class with a révérence, and then we will be back very shortly. We will start at 4 o'clock for the live streaming, and this will be the junior men, Group A, who we've not yet seen on the live streaming. So the spectators will be able to see for the first time the younger men in contemporary with Christian.
Yes. And as you said before that, we have the révérence, and I love it. Elizabeth's révérence is also demanding. It's not over till it's over.
With the light. Okay? Let's go. Some fresh air.
Forward. En dehors. Come back. Stay. Hey. Inside. Turn. Push. Fall. Very nice, everyone. Okay, shake your legs out. Let's go into a second position. Find our axes again. And 1, and 2, and 3, and lengthen. Come back. Do you remember this one? No? What's the transition like? Going up, relevé, change, and slowly come down. Yes?
Great, here we are. We are here with Christian Cassiani, and it's the first time we're seeing this group of young gentlemen.
Yes.
There are 11 of them between the ages of 15 and 16, and it's exciting to start to get to know them.
Exactly. And then this is their second class that they've had with Christian, so it's interesting to see how they're integrating the material and getting more relaxed, more comfortable with it. And it's nice also they're a small group, so they can really get a lot of attention, and they have a lot of space too.
Space to
Yeah.
move, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and they're working with the amazing Paul Pavy, so it's like you've got a whole orchestra here. So,
Yes.
yeah. And then they'll have the chance. They will be presenting this class to the jury. 2 groups tomorrow and 2 on Friday, so on Wednesday and Thursday. So, yeah, so let's see how they're doing.
Yeah.
Yes, good. And lengthen. Come back. second. Keep lifting. Lift your hip. Here we go. And yes. Come with me this group. Come.
So this is a really neat exercise that Christian is engaging these young men in, whereby half of them are trying to execute the exercise and the other half are engaging with them and
You're trying to distract them,
Trying to distract
actually
them.
really force them to keep their focus and
Yes.
balance and concentration.
yes,
But it's good. It's breaking the ice, more interaction.
yes, it forces them to be present.
Yeah.
And not sort of zone out
Yeah.
into this other world.
Let's see the second group. What just happened? I don't know. There was lots of people suddenly, and I forgot who I was. You have to remember. Where are your feet? Then you know where you are and who you are, right? Papa, papa. Second group. Paya, titara. And let's wait a little bit. First group, okay? No revenge yet. Yeah. You still could use some space here. Come down, Carol. You're fine here. And then slide to the side. Yes. Make sure that you're in the windows, right? Paya, titara, and ready. And go. And flex point. Nice point. Long. And keep lengthening your standing leg. Yes. And yes. Good. And it's not nice, right? To bother you like this. That's not fun, but how did you do? Was it okay? This one was very much focused, I have to say, right? So much. It was like, don't bother me. You know, I'm working here. Yeah, that was very nice. Good. So, what did I forget now? You want to do some rhythm work? Yes? What do you remember from rhythm work?
So here we are with for the viewers just joining us. This is the younger group of men, And this is the first time they're on the live streaming. They're working on contemporary with Christian Canziani. And just to have a look in front of us here, maybe you can spot number 201, the youngest. He's 15 and 3 months. David Didkovsky Nikadze from Sweden.
Yes, and number 202 is Parker Garrison. I'm looking for 202 right now. Do we have 202?
I think he's
oh,
right
there he
at the
is.
back.
He's at the back. And he's
Yep.
from the United States.
Yes, and standing just in front of him, or in the middle here beside Christian, we have number 203. This is João Vitor da Silva. He's 15 years and 9 months, and he's from Brazil.
And number 204 is just behind Zhao. His name is Heo Shimzu from Australia.
And this is an exercise, I'm very curious. It's pure rhythm and coordination. It looks
Yes.
super simple, and it's super hard.
Yes, we saw the older group
Struggle
doing
with
it
it.
yesterday, and they
So let's see.
struggled. Maybe they had the benefit of watching it on live stream last night.
Right leg. And you just have 6 counts to start. So be vigilant, okay? Ready? Let's go back this way. Just to no, stay where you are. Make sure you don't jump. Okay? You want to be under. Ready? And 6 counts. 6 counts. Thank you very much. Let's go to the side, and we're going to have 2 groups. So divide yourself in 2, maybe 5 and 6. Okay? And then we're going to have 2 lines. 2 lines, 1 line of 3 and 3. And then line of 3 and 2, or 2 and 3, or 1. I mean, whatever. Yeah? Let's back up a little bit. So you are first. You go first. Okay? Right leg. Bam, 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 ti, ta, da. And then once they finish the 3-6, then you go. Okay? All right. Intro 6, and then you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then
Well, just here in the front, we can see number 205. This is Antonio Ferreira from Portugal. He's a student of the National Conservatoire in Lisbon.
make sure that you're really going through the demi-point. I'd like to see much more details with the work of the feet. Yeah, no. What you do is, right now, it's just this. I'm just shifting from one side to the other. I want to go through the relevé. Yeah, and yeah, and yeah. And bring the heel down, yes. Yes. You see this? Look, look. Go. Yes, can you go faster? Wap, 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 wap. Go through the relevé. Go through the piqué down, piqué down. Aha, yes. Turn around, try it again. And lift your knee up. Right. Yes, it's essential that you go through the process of piqué and slowly coming down. Very important to see that process through the foot. And to see that resistance. Yeah, let's do this one more time in the two groups, please. We're going to start with this group first, this first line here. 6 counts intro. Good. Let's come back. Yesterday we worked on a phrase. There was like a little phrase that we worked with. How does it start? Shoulders, elbow. Remember this? No? Yes? How about taking a minute and try to review it? I'll give you a minute to look for it. You can talk to each other.
Great. Well, as they are going over that choreography, let's look at number 206, Noah Benzie Drayton from Australia. He attends the Perth School of Ballet.
Oh, he seems like a very focused and hard-working young man.
Yes.
And also standing just a little bit downstage of him in the front here is 207 from Japan, Shunhei Fujiyama. He is 16 years old and a student of the Akri Horimoto Ballet Academy in Japan. And he got the rhythm exercise really well.
Yes. They all did, actually.
Yeah, this group did very well.
And towards the back there, dressed in black, is 208. And his name is Carl Becker, and he's from Germany. He attends Palooka. Fantastic. Also a very focused young man.
And also in the back, we can see number 209 next to Carl. That is Gleison Mendes, who is from Brazil. He's 16 and a half years old, and he's at the Ballet Marcia Sampaio.
5, 6, 7, and swing, and plie, up. Now we're gonna go, lift the knee, but take it in. Roll the jambe, close to first. Roll the jambe in and out, and you have a long time to wait here as you stretch 6, 7, 8, and drop and side, right? Shift to the other side. Bring your leg around. And we're working with this direction now, right? Use the tip of your toes to touch the floor. There is an opposition going on here, not spiraling. Turn around. Take it in, take it out. Engage the four. Up, down. Oh, focus here. Up, down. And it's very accented, which means I cannot stay with the flow of the music, even faster. Ha, ha, yes. So you have to make a contrast with the falling and ha, ha. It is look up, look down. Yes. Let's review that again. So we went to here, plier, turn around, in, développer, falling up, down, and curve. This is a very wide fourth position, and I have a very big volume here. Yeah, and here. So it's like I'm trying to take all of that behind me, but you don't want to go. You want to stay there. So how do you stay? Yes, there is a little resistance here that helps you to stay stable. Very nice, don't forget. In here too. Try to use this action here. You were tilted, you want to go this way, yeah. And try to resist. You don't want to back. You don't want to go back. Yes, right. That's the idea. There is a notion of resisting. Except we're not staying. But still, in the body language, you're giving that resistance. Right, that's better. Take the curve a little higher here. Yeah. Right, so if we go back again, we hear up, down, wow, wow. Yes. And then we're going to spiral. Do you remember how we initiated?
And on the right-hand side of the studio here, you can see Benjamin Davidoff, number 210. He's 16 and a half years old, and he's from Belgium. He's a student at the Royal Ballet School of Antwerp.
Great. And number 211. Is there a 211? Or we skipped right to 212?
We skip. It's
Yes,
212.
211 is not here. So 212 is Hang Li, and he is from China. He attends the Liang Ballet Dance School.
Yeah, and he's right there.
Right in the front
Yeah,
center.
right in the front center.
Three-quarter turn. It's okay. From here, you just want to go through the motion.
And that way we've managed to introduce the complete group.
Yes.
And we'll get to know them during the course of the week.
Yes.
It's like you imagine you have a partner who's holding you. Right. This is your axis here, and it's helping you turn. Yeah. And then what happened after that? Just anything. So we're gonna do a little improvisation. You're gonna have 2/8 to go through the improvisation. The improvisation will be about lines and curves. So any improvisation, as long as you're using curves, lines, maybe hops, but the idea of lines and curves, all of that, or just that. Is that clear? Let's go from the beginning all together. 7 and 8 and 1, 2, 3, 4. First, drop, up, swing it, plie, up and in. Rhonda John, in, out. Take your time, take your time. Go. Shift. Take your leg. And turn. And in, out. Fall and accent. Go. Prepare. Turn. 6, 7, 1 more 8. 1. Make sure you count. You only have 2/8 to play with. After the spiral, you have probably 2 or 3 counts, 7, 8, and then starts your official improvisation there. 2/8. You have to finish after the second 8. Yeah? Not go on. Now, if we talk about lines and curves, upper torso, lines, yes, bam, 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 wap, ti, ya, yes, what else? Bam, wap. Ah, yes, a little more of this, right? We've been working on that. Now, what about the legs? Thank you. Yeah, and maybe we can play with the legs. Maybe we can use the legs to get into curves or lines, battement il, and etc., etc. I want to see more leg work. We're going to do 2 groups. This is one group, this is the other. Who do we start with, Paul? This one, first group, second group. And 5. Oh, so wait, they're going to do it once. They're going to do an improvisation, and then they start again on
Excellent.
the left
So they're going to do it in smaller groups now, and I'm looking forward to seeing the 2 counts of improvisation that is worked into this
Exactly.
combination.
No, let's see if they're willing to take a risk and try something new and maybe get a flavor for their own
Yeah.
ideas and intentions.
And it's the perfect opportunity to let your personality come through, your charisma,
Exactly.
your own artistic choices.
Yeah, and so many choreographers today rely on the dancers to contribute material to the process, so they have to be unafraid of making propositions.
Yes.
Let's see.
and ready and go and in, turn out. Take your time. That's right. And in, out, 4, up, down, go. Okay, we have finished. We have to finish with jumps. What did we do with the jumps? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Down, 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 up, down, up, down, and down, and slide. And yeah, except we're gonna add something else. What? And yeah,
Excellent. So nice to see you. We have Didi Veldman here, and you are the choreographer for the Choreographic project.
That's right.
So this is an incredible project. I will just say, there are 13 partner schools that partner with the Prix de Lausanne, and each school has sent 2 students to take part in this choreographic project. And so you are creating a new work for this group of students with very little time.
That's right.
And when did you start? Tell us how it's been going.
I started on Saturday. So we had Saturday, Sunday, Monday, well, and
And
today.
here we are.
Exactly. No, it's been really lovely. You know,
Really?
there's 26 students, 15 boys, 11 girls, working super hard. So everybody is like in top shape and form. It's a dream team, kind of, you know. You have
Right.
kids that really want to work so well and so hard, so it's really lovely. It's tough for them because the hours are the days are very, very long, so they make many, many hours. I can see by the time it gets 4 o'clock, you know,
I'm
bodies
sure.
start hurting. Day 2 was like, oh, my thighs are so sore. Oh, day 3, oh, my knees are sore. So it's like, oh, a lot of new movements for them, but
Yeah.
really lovely, really lovely.
Wow.
Very nice. And now for them, I imagine this can be a whole new movement vocabulary, but how are they adapting or?
Yeah, well, you know, for some of them it's very new. Others are, I guess, a little bit more used to it. So they drag the ones that don't really know that well. They drag them along, right? And they're very inquisitive and they want to learn. So they're here to learn. So that's kind of, you know, a lovely starting point to create work. And of course, it's all those different nationalities coming together, and that's also the beauty of it. Some people, do have more experience, or some people are slightly older. I think there's somebody from 15 years of age, and then there's someone who's 19. So that is quite a big age difference, right? When you're for the first time kind of creating work. And for some, it's actually the first time that they do create work with a choreographer.
Right.
Whereas others have had that experience before. So, you know, it's trying to find a happy medium, no?
Yeah.
And give them all a special moment.
And then we'll have a chance to see them all in the piece.
Yeah.
So all of them will be actually on
Absolutely.
stage at the end of the process.
Absolutely, yeah.
Wow, very
Amazing.
nice.
I'm just curious, have there been some challenges that you hadn't anticipated?
No, not really,
Not
because
really.
you kind of get into this environment knowing that you've got to be aware and anything can happen.
Right.
And you don't know them, so you can't really prepare too much because you don't really know the level and the standard. You don't know how they're going to react. You don't really know how quickly you can work, how quickly they can pick up,
Right.
if they can improvise and play with material or not. So you're kind of trying to be as open as possible and say, okay, let it happen, right? Let's create something together and let's see how they relate and how we relate to each other. And that's the beauty of it for me anyway, that we have, you know, a week together where we
Yes.
are so immersed.
So
that's
intense.
lovely. Yeah.
Something they'll remember the rest of their lives.
Yeah, I hope so.
Oh, yes.
No, and we're all really looking forward to seeing it on Saturday. And also for viewers, if you're in the area, there's actually an open public showing tomorrow.
There is. Kind of scary, but yeah. It's going to be our first kind of moments where we have to share it with others, you know. We've been closed off in this lovely studio downstairs.
Yeah.
Nobody's allowed in.
Yeah.
It's lovely.
Yeah.
So on Wednesday we're all going to be,
Exactly. No, but I think it's great that the public, they're going to have a chance. This has never happened before, to meet the jury, the entire jury, and then they can actually stay. I believe it's at 6:45 in the evening, and they can actually come and then see what you've been up to.
They can.
Yeah. So
Well, come
no
along.
stress.
No.
No stress. Relax. Great. Well, I mean, you know, it's been a privilege because you were here teaching the contemporary classes in the past, and now it's great that you're here because you're very busy, and you've given the whole week towards the Prix. So a huge thank you.
You're welcome.
And we're very, very curious to see you. Yeah.
Me too.
Great. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Great.
gonna make it more fun. You're gonna be number one. You're gonna be number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And you're all gonna go every 8 counts. Okay, or maybe every 4 counts. Wouldn't that be more fun, 4 counts? Yes. This lady is very happy with 4 counts. So every 4 counts, you go first. You go every 4 counts, yes? 1, 2, 3, 4, you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, you go. Is that clear? 4 counts. Not 5, not 3, 4. Let's back up. Take all the room. Yes. All right. Make sure you have a window. I hope it works. We'll see. Oh, we'll see. Whatever. Let's take a risk. Papa, papa, and 5, 6, ready, go. Everybody stops at the same time? Okay. How was it? It was super? Yeah, I liked it very much. Maybe we should present it. Orchestra, costume, makeup. We have the audience already. That would be nice, right? Okay, let's come back to the center. I'm going to leave you a little bit of time to do a little improv again. Okay? What did we work on? Lines and curves. What else is there? Turning, plié, off balance, very nice. Isolations, that's a lot of information here to play with. So let me say it again. Is it clear for him? We're working with lines, curves, off balance, and pliés, and yes, maybe floor work. What else? Jumping? Yes. Isolations. What else? Still. Pausing. And off balance, right? Are we clear with all these elements? I'm leaving you all together with this. Take the position you want. You can start outside and walk in, or you can already be on stage.
So as you can see, Christian's working on the final improvisation that they will be doing tomorrow. And actually this will be the last exercise for today. So we hope you've enjoyed following the live streaming for today, and we will be back 9:30 tomorrow morning, our time here.
Yes, so the classical class with the girls, the young ladies, A and B. So it'll be a nice, full, exciting class.
Exactly, and then tomorrow also on schedule, we've got these boys will be doing this class in front of the jury, and then we will also see the classical coaching with Monique Ludière on stage, and more contemporary as well in the afternoon. So a full day ahead tomorrow.
Fantastic.
Great, well we hope you've enjoyed. Bon après-midi.
Bon après-midi et à bientôt.
À bientôt.
then find a way to finish. Good, not bad, very nice. There was a lot of nice elements there. Let's try to revisit that one more time, okay? This time, I want you also to be influenced by Paul. Whatever he plays, you can choose or not to follow that, to illustrate it. So we still have many other options, right? With the lines, the curves, the plié, the na, tirani, na, na, na. Are we clear with that? But you can also take his information and integrate it into your movement, illustrate it. Is that clear? Good. You can come in or walk out whenever you want to. Now you can play with different kind of colors. Curtain is closed. Ready? 9,000 people in the audience, just so you know. Curtain open. Find a way to finish. Stay where you are. So this is the front, right? Good. Let's come out. Come out of the stage. Try to see yourself where you were. You remember where you were? Yes, you're sure? So the front is over there now. Where are you? Go for it. You sure? You have to imagine where you were when it was here, and if the room is turning, where would you be? You were there, right? Before. Where were you? Okay. A new car? Here? On the floor? Yeah. That's what I thought. Okay. Good. And then the front is over there. Good, yes. All right, not easy at the end of the day. Come back. Let's bring the arms up to finish. Take a deep breath in. Breathe out, release your knees and bounce. Breathe in and bounce. Breathe in and bounce. Breathe in, drop your arms. Let your knees go. Let the shaking open and more shaking. And shaking. Oh look, perfect. More shaking. More. Lift your arms and breathe out. And then drop your arms. Close your eyes. Mind your breathing. Keep your axis. Feel your feet on the floor. Make sure your rib cage are working. Deep breath in. And open your eyes. And for today, we are done. Okay? Thank you, Maestro.